Prepare for Brandon Bonanza theme song by the amazing Quentin Farrell. Oh boy, I hope the sound is sharing. I just realized I could be not sharing. Haha. Good thing it's only 33 seconds. Hey everybody, welcome to Brandon Bonanza. I guys hope you heard that. I have an excellent connection, but do I have a sound connection? I'll know here in just 1 second. Bear with me, everybody. Yeah, let's stop sharing. Am I sharing with my sound? Let's see. Disable. No. Does it say? No. Okay. All right. Hey everybody, I'm back. Let me zoom in. Back to the fact and a crap. All right. So what's going on is I don't know. I couldn't get the Zoom app to work on my computer, so I'm through the browser now. I guess I'll keep it a little shorter. I was trying a bunch of different things. I guess I could have just did this earlier. I don't know. I was trying to fix it, and I thought I had it fixed every time. But what are you going to do? The show must go on. Let me just see if it was sharing the audio. Is there an option for that? I don't see it, so it must have been sharing the audio. I hope you guys heard my amazing theme song. Let me know in the chat if you guys heard it. I hope you guys are didn't wait too long. Let me also pull up a chat bubble. What's up, Cosmic Lycans? He's in the chat. All right. Well, if you guys didn't hear my song, it goes something like this: Bonanza, Bonanza, we're hanging out. It's the Brandon Bonanza Show, Bonanza. It's like that, and then we're hanging out. The Brandon Bonanza Show. Yeah, and just imagine some electric guitar behind there. It's amazing by Quentin Farrell. Hope you guys heard it. Anyway, we have a quote today, but since the show's so discombobulated, I'm just gonna say it. The quote today is by me. When will we wander with wild wonder, without wicked worldly worry? Yes, that's by me, Brandon Bonanza. I wrote that. Thank you, everybody. You could stop applauding now. I got to get the show going. Seriously, guys, sit down, stop applauding. Listen, it just comes out. I can't even take credit for it. It comes out of the ether, as they say. I have a new light today. I hope you guys can you see my guys, I'm 49. I know I look like I'm a 16-year-old who's been smoking cigarettes for like 30 years, 33 years. I do smoke some organic tobacco. Leafonly.com, guys. Go to Leaf Only, call him, tell him you heard about it on the Brandon Bonanza show, and say next time he comes in, give him some free leaves. Because I'm not sponsored by him, but I can be if you make it happen. You can make me sponsored by them if you buy some of their, well, you don't, only if you smoke cigarettes or tobacco. Get these leaves, cut them up. Ask me about it. I'll send you some. Anyway, I'm so excited for today. Am I hearing noises? All right. Am I hearing voices? Is this other Brandon coming through? Hang on, other Brandon's coming through. You got to pull a card under Brandon. Why don't you pull a card for the people? All right, we're going to pull a card. I haven't used this deck in a while on the show. I do use this deck, though. I carry it around with me almost everywhere I go. I have a cool case for it. It's the Smith. Wait, Smith. It's funny because my last name allegedly is Smith, and, you know, I was in the Marine Corps. It's like, hurry up and wait. So it's like, hurry up and wait, Smith. Hurry up and Smith, wait. Hurry up and pull the card. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out. Sorry about the technical difficulties again. I don't know what's going on. I have some meetings later. I'm going to have to figure it out. Or maybe I'll just run it like this. It's fine. I mean, I think I might be a little blurrier. You might not be able to see me as clearly. But you guys get the message, right? I mean, it's like we're YouTubing in 2018. That's all. Or whatever. I don't know. You know, I'm sorry that I'm not in high definition for your eyeball viewing pleasure. But if you want to see me in person, it costs money. Money, honey. You got to hire me. I mean, to play music or perform comedy or whatever, you know, do a reading. All right. Speaking of tarot readings, I'm gonna pull a card. Let's just pull a random one from the middle. Ooh, look at this card. This is the Lover's card, and you can also tell I'm inverted. No, I'm not. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing. It's like I'm a mirror right now. So we got the Lover's card. You're viewing through a mirror. Oh, that is what it is. Usually it's not inverted. Let's keep it inverted, everybody. I like this because then you can remember it as the time that I had to broadcast through my browser. You guys ever have to broadcast through your browser? You ever been browsing? You ever been trying to broadcast? Excuse me. You ever been trying to broadcast in, in the internet? Oh, the hermit was on top. What a surprise. Let's see what's on the bottom. You ever been trying to broadcast? The Empress. Oh, all of these lovely messages today. We got a 369 situation. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And I saw something about 369 and I didn't click on it, guys, because you know what? 369, damn, you'll find. I didn't want to get that out of my head. Get low, get low. It's all I got to go. Guys, the yin yang twins, it's always been there. We just haven't seen it. It's fine, though. I mean, I'm not the only one to say this. We know this. It's always been there, right? The yin yang. What's the yin yang? The yin yang twins. Twins. And then they're singing about 369. Damn, you'll find. Give it to me one more time. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low. What are they saying in that song? Get low? What do they mean? Do they mean get low on the dance floor? Yeah, but what else are they saying? Are they saying go through that blackening stage of alchemy? I don't know. What am I? I'm just a guy with a Pendleton hat and no sleeves coming to you to tell you it's always been there. Get low. Do it till you're done. From the window to the wall, even. You know? There's one, we got one viewer, and this viewer is the luckiest person because you're not going to get this comedy anywhere else. So, guys, go to morelawsmoreproblems.com and you could send me money. That crisp green stuff, if you like what you see here, or whatever. Anyway, join the Great Pyramid Scheme. It's right here. That's right. See, I'm mirrored now, so I get everything right. The Great Pyramid Scheme. It's so easy. For just one like every time I go live, you click that like button. As long as you're subscribed and listen. To the sound of silence. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do here. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm not trying to tell you to do, but if you want to join the Great Pyramid Scheme, you click that like button after you're subscribed, and you're part of it. I can't just think about what a pyramid scheme is, right? And then the greatest one of all times. And if it's great, it's not like where you gotta like give a kidney and like swear you're firstborn, and then like you're part of this thing where you gotta go to like dinner parties and everyone's gotta act how great this pyramid scheme is. Everyone's like, isn't it great to join this pyramid scheme? No, that's not even a part of it. You just hit the like button. You could come into the chat if you want. And if you hit that bell that notifies you every time I go live, you're automatically one step above on the pyramid. You're up a step. And then if you watch it, I'll leave clues on how to ascend the pyramid. But remember, everybody, I'm at the bottom. I'm not even at the top of the pyramid. I'm just looking at it. Like, I don't want you guys to put me on a pedestal and worship me. And I'm not trying to say, like, from an egotistical standpoint, like, oh, you're so great, Brandon. Of course we'd want to worship you. Or, it's more like, I think that after you listen to me, you just feel good. Do you? Because after I do these, I feel good. So you got to feel good. It's that voice in your head you got to conquer. That's the enemy. And today we're talking about, or is it an enemy or a friend? What did Jesus say? Love your enemies, right? Martian energy. It's Tuesday. You see, I was at war with Zoom apps and Mars himself. And he was like, Brandon, there's a voice in my head. I started to go live and I didn't realize I was live on my phone because I was trying to get it going. I thought it would push it to this, but it's only 2025. Why would we have technology that could take it from our Zoom phone and put it right into the, we'd rather have Chat GPT. Nothing wrong with Chat GPT, guys. All right. Anyway, Martian energy, I was battling Mars. It's fine. It's an inner battle because you're gonna get this voice like, you don't have to go live. You could just You could just give up and everyone will understand you had internet issues, because that's what the internet was off. And I was like, oh no. And then it came on right before this. So maybe that had something to do with it. I mean, I restarted Shift F5 or whatever. I don't know. I tried everything I could and it just to no avail. Maybe I have to reinstall the Zoom app, you know? Sometimes you just got to do that. Anyway, Martian energy today is in full effect. We're feeling the Mars, but it's good. It's a good thing. This is why a lot of people are like, oh, I'm scared of this energy. Or like, oh, a famous one is, man, Mercury's going to go into retrograde. We better watch out. Yeah, you could watch out, but then what are you doing? Are you approaching that new energy that's coming into your life from a space of fear? Is that what you're doing? Because if that's what you're doing, then the universe is going to be like, all right, let's show you some horrible things. Maybe. I don't know if that works. It just seems like logical, right? And if you're more like, oh, what can we do with this energy? What revelations? What blind spots? Speaking of blind spots, I'm sorry, my lovely wife found the book for the blind spot deck. So if anybody wants a blind spot reading, let me tell you, they're not from the faint of heart. I would almost say I don't want to give you a blind spot reading, but if you really feel like you want one, hit me up and we'll do it. I have a friend who's not really a friend anymore. This life is silly, right? From years ago. And I pulled from this deck twice, 2 separate occasions, and the same card came out. And I pulled one today for myself. And let me tell you, Mars was like, yeah, you're going to look at this. You want to look at the mirror, Brandon? You look Bloody Mary. They told us that when we were younger. They're like, if you wake up at like, what was it, midnight or 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever, and you wake up and you go to the mirror, if you were in hot water or cold water, whatever it was, and you put your hands a certain way and you look in the mirror and you say Bloody Mary like 3 times, 6 times, 33.3 times, you got to be like Bloody Mary 33 times. Then on the 0.3 time, you got to like blame, because that's the third of that. And then if you do that, then you'll see Bloody Mary. That's what they'd say. And it kind of makes sense. Anyway, if you're asking for Bloody Mary, if you're asking for Bloody Mary in the mirror, you're probably going to see her. Just look into the mirror. You're going to see things, but just remember, it's only based on your own perception at the time. This is kind of like with the Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna is like, Krishna, show me your true form. And Arjuna's like, okay, dude, you sure? And he's like, and there's like a large Marge scenario. You guys remember Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure? When he's looking for his bike in the basement of the Alamo, and that trucker lady, Large Marge, tell him Large Marge sent you. And he sees her. I don't want to spoil it, but you guys remember that, right? Her face is all like crazy. We used to rewind and pause that part all the time. The video that we had was like fucked up from that. Anyway. Krishna was like, all right, Arjuna, tell him Large Marge sent you. And he shows him his true form, which I feel like really what he was doing was just showing him who he was. Like, Arjuna, this is who you are a part of this. You're connected, but this is who I am. And that's when he's like, I am become, what's he say? He's like, I am become death, destroyer of worlds. That famous mine. Well, I have some memes. Let me see if I can. I don't know what's gonna go on if we try to share these memes from the browser. But guess what? We're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it every way. We're gonna do it anyway. Do it every way. It's working, I think. All right, so he shows him his true form, and he's just like, whoa, Arjuna, right? Arjuna's looking at Krishna. So if you're not familiar with the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is this aspect of God coming down to talk to Arjuna, who's a warrior who has to fight this crazy battle where it's a battle of righteousness. Arjuna is on the side of Dharma, like on the right side of this battle, but he's on the smaller side. And the other side is like his whole family, all spiritual teachers. It's this whole kingdom where his cousin tried to usurp the throne, and he's trying to help his brother out. Arjuna is trying to help his brother out to fight their cousin. And then he doesn't want to fight this battle. And Krishna who Arjuna had a choice. They had a choice. They could take Krishna, who's he was like an avatar of the age at the time, right? He's walking around kind of like a Jesus Christ type figure. And Krishna's like, listen, he goes to when they're talking about this battle, he goes to his cousin and to Arjuna and his brother. He's like, listen, you guys, the Pandavas. He's like, you guys can have my army or just me. So you can have the whole might of my entire army, or you can have me. But the kicker is, if you pick me, I'm just an advisor in this role, guys. I can't partake in the battle. Either side I take. So when you guys, so Arjuna jumps on the chance to get God as a spiritual advisor, where his cousin, I think is his cousin, it's like, oh, let me take those armies, man. He's like, yeah, I'll take them armies. We're going to take those armies. We're going to go to Vegas. We're going to, after Vegas, we're going to take over LA. You know, he's partying. He's like in the physical fully. He's like, these armies, oh yeah, why wouldn't I take these armies? And Arjuna is somebody who's done a lot of work. He hasn't quite seen everything yet or whatever. That's what the Bhagavad Gita is trying to tell you, right? He's just this warrior who is just following his dharma. You know, he's a bowman. He's really good with the bow. He's a charioteer. I mean, he shoots his bow from a chariot. Krishna is his charioteer, gives him the advice in the night before the battle, or before the battle, all the armies are lined up. You know, they did it all civilized. Let's line up and look at each other before we slaughter each other. And again, with the Bhagavad Gita, it could just be metaphor, or it could have been a war. It could have been a war so powerful that they had to turn it into metaphor, and it just became a book. I don't know how these things work. Anyway, or maybe some guy in the, you know, made it up in the bathroom at 7-Eleven. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, truth, no matter where it comes from, it hits you, right? So Arjuna is like, Krishna, take me up and down these battle lines. Sorry. And I'm going to get a look. And he gets a look at who's got to fight. And it's like looking in the mirror, right? It's like when I want to do this self-work. All right, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to start meditating. And when you do, all this shit comes up. And then you look in the mirror and you're like, oh, fuck. Have I been caused? Is it me? All the root cause of all my problems? No, it can't be. Is it me? Is it? It's weird how I can't see my own eyes when I look in the camera. If I do it quick, I can. All right. Is it me? You guys want to see something really cool? Is it me? Am I the cause of all my own problems? Oh, yeah. Am I the cause of this minor headache I'm having in my eyes right now by trying to be cool on the internet? Yeah, I did it for attention. More laws, more problems, Agam. If you like the fact I can move my eyes now, donate there. So Krishna is like, yeah, well, I'll take it. He shows him, and Arjuna's like, I can't fight these people. He's like, nope. And Arjuna's like, you know what? Sorry. Arjuna is like, I can't fight these people. I don't know, man. He falls down on the ground because he's looking in that mirror. He's looking at us to fight as himself. He's like, I don't want to do this. I don't know, man. How can I get through? It's despair. I've seen it before in the mirror because we've gone through it. We go through it every time we have like a little aha, you know? And I think this time of year, Nigel, you're a Branto. Yeah, Jen McKenna's interpretation of the Gita is best. There is allegedly, listen, I'm not trying to take anything away from Jed McKenna. Sorry, Jed, not Jen. But I would have to say that my interpretation of the Bhagavad Gita is the best one I've ever heard. Because I'm biased. I'm me. What am I going to do? I got self-love. No, I'll check it out. Definitely, dude. Send me a copy. Send me a thing. So anyway, to get back, thanks for hanging out in the chat. To get back to what I'm trying to say. I've been there. I've been in the despair. Every time, right? We have this moment. We see things differently. We're like, oh no, was it me? And then you have to face it and say I was wrong. It's cool though. And then you're okay with it and whatever. You guys do it your own way. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But what I'm saying is in that moment of the Bhagavad Gita, and then in Arjuna is like, you know, I'm your humble servant, Krishna. I'm your humble servant, God. I'm your humble servant, Jesus. I'm your humble servant, higher self, source, the universe. I'm just here as a modality, a finger puppet, if you will. I'm here as an expression of you, and I'm just trying to figure it out, you know, and that's one of the moments that he's having. And so God, basically, he's like, you just got to meditate, you know, and you got to do your dharma. He's like, you're a warrior, right? The highest Honor for a warrior is to die during a battle, a righteous battle. It opens the gates. And what is he saying? What could he be saying metaphorically? Yeah, sure. He's like, Arjuna, if you're a warrior, if you die during battle and a righteous battle, it's a gate opening it way to heaven. So he could be talking about his, I'm just fixing my chair, everybody. He could be talking about his literal death, right, in a battle, or he could be talking about spiritual or like a spiritual death. You know, it opens the gate to heaven. You're here, you're suffering. This is the way out. This is the death. This is the gift I give to you, which is just insight. It's a new point of view, and it opens the gate to heaven. And what's heaven? It's just a state of mind. You're just not a victim anymore. Nigel knows what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to my Nigel choir. He gets it. Do you guys get it? Comment below. Say, I get it. Ah, makes sense. Say something out there. I know you're watching. Anyway, so bringing it back to the Martian energy. It's what we do here. We go full circle and then circle it again. The reason I'm talking today is the Martian energy, right? It's a warlike energy. Does it mean we have to go to war with Saudi Arabia? Or I don't pay attention, or Afghanistan. I'm not going to say Iran. Do you guys know that song by the Flock of Seagulls? I run so far away. You don't got to make war. Iran is so far away, right? I mean, come on. It's in the song. But anyway, so the Martian energy, it makes people want to go to war. I was in the Marine Corps. I know, on Tuesdays especially. No, I'm just making that up. I'm going to start rumors. This stuff, it makes you want to go to war, right? This energy. It could even, like I was saying earlier, when people are afraid of energies, to bring that back too, to finish up and bring that thought back into the weave, into the thread that I weave here as I weave and thread for you guys, because I'm amazing. All right, sorry. I just get these random bursts of energy. I'm just really excited because I didn't think I was going to be able to go live. If I'm being honest. All right. So if we're going to weave that together with the energy. Anyway, so the Martian energy I was talking about, right? Like, that's what it was. Mercury retrograde. You like how when I lose my point, people get afraid of these certain energies, or they feel it, and maybe they're just afraid of the feelings, or they feel down. But this kind of energy, maybe it makes you a little bellicose, a little warlike, a little belligerent, perhaps. Maybe it just makes you excited and eager to fight some kind of war. And what's the warrior's path? Well, if you don't have a war, see, this is the thing with society. There's no rite of passage for people. There's no rite of passage for people to go through and kind of show that they prove something. I went to the Marine Corps when I was 18. I just, do you guys know I was a Marine? Do you guys know that? I know what I'm saying. And it was, for me, that was like a rite of passage. Right? It was a rite of passage, right? Right. So, and I think now looking back, hindsight's 2020. I'm older now. I could kind of see my motivations. Yeah, it was from the time I can remember watching TV. I wanted to go to war. It looked so cool, didn't it? We'd play war, and then, there's whatever. But I'm not a victim. Listen, I went through it. I think it was a great experience for me. I don't, everyone is on their own path, whatever. But I think it really helped me grow up and stuff and open my eyes to things. But anyway, the war thing in this, I guess in the whole society, in movies, shows, stuff like that. I don't know if you guys heard, there's this program that they play on channels. And I think, I'm going to tell you, I'm a little behind on the times. Listen, there's a program they play, though. I don't know who's heard of what. Have you guys heard, excuse me, of this program? It's called The News. 24 hours a day. I drive around. I'm going to admit this, allegedly. Could it be that sometimes when I'm driving around, if there's a window at night and there's no curtains and there's things, I might peer in if I'm driving by. What am I going to do? I'm a product of my environment, and I'm just like, oh. So I like to judge sometimes. And, I saw somebody watching the news. It's like 11:30 at night. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, I know Friday nights when I was young, I used to like to do Friday nights good because, you don't have work the next day. Just go out there and do it. And this guy is just getting all the adrenaline he can. It looked like they were soldiers. It looked like he was watching the war live on TV. I think that was Lewis Black, right? Said that or something. That's what it feels like. And whatever, no judgments. You guys know me. I don't care. I don't judge. But it's out there is what I'm saying. People, there's things on the news that are happening. There's things that people are saying are happening. I'm sure, I'm not trying to take any experiences away from people, and people are going through things, but I'm just saying on a level, if you look at it as all being perfect, and listen, I was in the Marine Corps, there's got to be some horrible things some people are experiencing right now. And I'm not saying it's cool. I'm against it. Just send everybody home and we can all just watch the Brandon Bonanza show, right? That's what I'm saying. But what I mean is you don't also have to feel like a victim on the spiritual level. There's a way to look at it where everything's perfect and people are kind of going through what they need to learn lessons. And also, man, who knows what's on those screens, if it's real, if it's fake. I'm just not making claims, but who knows? I'm just saying, because I've seen some things that was on that screen that there's like a guy with a microphone. He's like, hi. There's the lady. She's like, hi, here. We're here reporting in Melbourne, Australia. And this is the report. And she gave her a report. And then I knew somebody that was there. Ha! Because the internet's a crazy thing. And I did a podcast. Go back and look in the original Brandon Bonanza. Look for child separated from her father and mother by the police or something like that. It's like a 2020 video I did. It was pretty cool. I had an exclusive interview with a lady who the police took her kids away from it at a rally for like a hot few seconds. It was crazy. Anyway, so I know that everything that happens on those screens is subject to, you got to just you got to take it with, there's a grain of salt. I seen it once. It's on the side. It's like a mile long. It's this giant grain of salt. Take that grain of salt with the news. Anyway, so use this energy. Really what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to entertain you guys and just beat around the bush because I'm here to just tell you can use this energy to your advantage and to the advantage of everyone around you. And could it be the only way we can really make the world a better place is to work on ourselves, use this energy. And you could say to yourself, all right, let's fight this fight today. What? You're like, I'm going to go in. It's scary in there to look in that mirror, but there's a mirror. Hang on over there. I can see myself now. All right, Brandon. Oh, when I look in the mirror, I can see it's like I'm looking at you guys. It's like God set it up that way. It's like the top of this mirror. I could just barely see. So, am I really the cause of all my problems? Oh man. Did I cause all those problems? With my preferences and my likes and the way I want things, I want it this way. And if it's not, I'm going to be a baby. Did I do that? Oh, man. I'm so silly. And that's the thing. You can look at yourself and just be like, I did that. I guess I'm silly. Gee. Because, Martian energy isn't just about war. There's intensity there. Why don't we see if we could even look it up a little bit about this Martian energy, see what we can find. The Great Book of Dune. Just kidding, everybody. I have a little penguin reference book of symbols here. It's a little book. Nothing crazy. There's a better one, but this one I think will be good for what we want. You got to use the tool at your disposal. And I open right till M's, and I'm at mask, so I'm guessing Mars can't be far. Wow, there's a lot on mask. Maze. Oh, maybe Mars isn't here. Oh, wouldn't that be silly? Or maybe I passed it. Oh yeah, R is before S. Guys, I know my alphabet. Mars. See also Aries. The prime significance of Mars in astrology is that of energy, aspiration, enthusiasm, striving, and aggression. See, people always get focused on the aggression. But this is the thing. Every emotion that is it an emotion? Every energy, right? So what's it called here is that energy of aspiration. So every energy of aspiration, enthusiasm, striving, and aggression All these energies, could they be just tools that are our disposal? And I think what happens is if we're not being in the present moment, we're not being conscious, we're kind of just going through life. When we feel this aggression, we just go blah and we express it. It's cool. I do it too. Guys, I'm not here to point the finger because I see it. I'm pointing at myself, especially when I'm live streaming or recording. So I'm not here to do that. What I'm saying is these are just energies. Let's read further in this lovely book. Since these qualities are used more frequently for evil than for good ends, in the Middle Ages, the planet was called the Star of Evil. You see, people use them for evil, but again, it's a tool just because, and who knows? Listen, Penguin reference book, did you do a study? Did you do a poll about these energies and ask everybody in this realm what they're using these energies for? You're just making wild claims in this book. Yikes. We just say, oh yeah, since these qualities are more frequently used, everyone knows they're more frequently used for evil. Everyone knows it. It's just a foregone conclusion according to Penguin Publishing. Star of Evil, Mars governs both life and death. Its chief house, that is to say, sign of the zodiac, which best suits it, is Aries, which rules in the spring when nature is reborn. While its second is Scorpio, which rules in autumn when nature dies. You see the reflection, right? Scorpio is a reflection of this with this energy, of this life energy. So you have both. But the interesting thing is you have that spring energy too. But every Tuesday, it could be available for you because somebody named this day after Mars. I don't know how it happened exactly. That's not what this podcast is about. All right. Mars symbolizes the fiery force of desire, forcefulness, violence, and the male sexual organs. Violence. Wait, does it have to be violence? I mean, I guess, yes, violence exists. So listen, you get the good with the bad, right? You get the dark and the light. Violence is there. You might feel violence. You might get anger. You might have hidden anger that comes in every time I say, at the end of the day, you might have hidden anger that comes out every time somebody tailgates you. You might have hidden anger that comes out every time you spill some coffee. You might have hidden anger that just seeps out, but it's okay. That's what I'm here to say. It's okay. Because if you tell yourself, listen, it's okay that I'm mad. Let me retract that. Could it be? If you tell yourself that it's okay that I lost my temper and I got angry and I got all fired up with this Martian energy, I was all fired up. It's okay. There's probably a reason. There's a conclusion. Now, the slippery slope is that, guys, I look like a rock star. Even I just come to you. It's that energy vibe I'm going for. Just get down here. There we go. Get down. Get low. I'm coming to you with this Martian energy. What was I? Did I lose my? It's got to happen at least once an episode. I had a firm grip too. And then I don't know what happened. I was up above it. Pow, pow. It's interesting when you're by yourself because you got to rely solely. So I remember I was saying I was all fired up. You got this energy. Anyway, I'll just go. Maybe it was this direction, but it's a tool. You're fired up. Oh, that's what I was saying. It's okay to feel anger. The slippery slope. I remember. See, I was okay with myself. I didn't get angry. And that's what I'm saying. If you're okay with yourself and accept, like, I got angry because when I was little, nobody would listen to me. And they fucking made me sit in this little chair thing with a piece of wood. And I had a pencil. And they would recite all these things. And I had to recite them back and write them down. And if I didn't write them down in the correct order and memorize these things, they would just get chastised like I was dumb, when all I was doing the whole time was just analyzing everything and be like, what's the meaning? It's like, why am I sitting in this desk looking outside? They're like, you're daydreaming. You're looking outside. It's like, yeah, I'm daydreaming about the snakes outside. And then we go outside for recess and catch snakes, garter snakes. We're not that badass. It wasn't a rattlesnake. Anyway, so I mean, that was all that was available to us in Connecticut, Milford, Connecticut at the time. So, maybe because of all these things that happened to me, That's okay. So then you realize it, and then you have compassion for yourself. But the slippery slope is when you're like, well, my whole life, everyone's been trying to tell me what to do. My whole life, everyone's been trying to tell me what to do and not listening to me and gaslighting me and calling me stupid and put me in a box. I'm a victim. That means I have the right to be an asshole to everybody, and I have the right to display this behavior, and I have a right to have my anger and express it the way I want because I was hurt when I was little. And I gotta fix it. So that's the slippery slope. And if you find yourself there, that's okay too. You gotta bump. It's like a bumper. It's like it's more like, I was gonna say it's like bumper pool. It's more like air hockey. You just got to bounce off everything until you finally get it in the goal. It's fine. You're just bow, 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 and we're just whacking it. And then you're like, all right, I'm in the goal. I'm talking about the air hockey. You fucking, oh man, that didn't. All right, I'm not gonna try to mime air hockey. Okay, you guys get it. Just picture it, air hockey. Sometimes you go too far one way. That's all I'm really trying to say, right? And it's just about bouncing back and going the other way and being okay. So if you have compassion for yourself and you're okay when you have the anger, then I think you could start to look at it. Because if not, if you get defensive about it, if you're in denial, if you feel justified in your anger, then you're not going to want to. Why? If you feel justified, then why would you want to stop? And you can't tell anybody this because they're going to direct that anger at you, right? But that's fine. You're not a victim. It's all another sign that you should just go within and see if you are really the cause of your own problems. More laws, more problems. But is it really the laws causing the problems? Oh no, is my website been a lie this whole time? Anyway, that's really what it is. It's just about, because if you are okay to look at the behavior and you start to show compassion, and then it kind of just goes away, and you're just like, well, I don't got to be that person anymore, because that maybe you're trying to defend something. Maybe you're reenacting a pattern that happened when you were a child, and you're getting triggered again, and you're reacting, and you think the person that's talking to you, I think this person is like saying the same old thing, that my fucking boss used to say to me, but they're not. But I'm just triggered. And furthermore, if they're taking the time out of their day to try to tell me about a behavior, doesn't it make sense that they're doing it for my own well-being? Now, again, it's a slippery slope because people can also try to control you. They can, but guess what they can't do? They can't control you if you're on a guilt vacation. So that's what I'm talking about. You start doing the self-work. You get on the Great Pyramid Scheme. You get on the guilt vacation next, guys. I think I talked about the guilt vacation before. I'll brief sum it up. Have you ever felt guilt in your life before? Have you felt it? We all have. And then let me ask you another question. Have later, hindsight being 2020, have you looked back on the situation? Have you said to yourself, you know what? I shouldn't have felt guilt. What's going on? I'm seeing the situation wrong, or somebody was trying to manipulate me, or I wasn't really my fault, or whatever. Right? Yeah. So you probably felt a lot of unwarranted guilt. Can we all say that? Can we all just take a moment of silence for the unwarranted guilt? Just let it go for a minute. Oh, it wasn't my fault. It ain't my fault. Did I say moment of silence? Let's do it. All right. No. Say it with me, everybody. Oh, 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 oh. It ain't my fault. I can't play music. It ain't my fault on YouTube. Did I do that? So just look up Silk the Shocker. It ain't my fault. Part 1 and 2. They used to do sequels. I'm telling you, these guys are geniuses. Let's not get started about rap music. Anyway, it ain't my fault. Guilt vacation. So think to yourself, well, self, I say, If I felt guilt before in the past, could it be possible that the current guilt, we let go of that past guilt, but the current guilt that I feel about certain things, think about, examine your life. Are there actions you're performing that are motivated because you feel guilty about something? You could do it. Use that Martian energy. Look in the mirror. You don't have to. Listen, I'm not trying to tell you what to do. It's not what I do. Found it. Info on it. Yeah. Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh, you sent that earlier. Thanks, Nigel. Are you doing it? Are you feeling guilt that's unwarranted? Is that what you're doing right now? Did you do something so horrible that no human being would ever forgive you? I'll forgive you. Talk to me. I don't care. We all do crazy shit, man. I'm not here trying to judge you. It's probably because of what happened to you before. But we're here to say it's okay and let it go. Let it go. Let that guilt go. You don't have to feel guilty. You didn't do nothing. You're doing your best. Listen to me, person listening to my voice. I am Brandoff the Pale today. And I'm here to say, in a big way, that you don't have to feel that guilt. Nay, I say. Say nay to the guilt today, and it will go away. You'll have a sunny day. Bright skies are on the way when you to the guilt say nay. That's all. And then you're on a guilt vacation. It's like the White Lotus. Don't watch that show if you haven't. It's crazy. It's cool, but whatever. The first one, anyway. You could go wherever you want. It's like you went to Hawaii. You know that feeling when you go on vacation and you don't want to come back, or do I have to come back to reality on a guilt vacation? You don't have to come back. Like, see Thumper's out there. You can't hear him because he's crying, or maybe you can. I don't know. Yeah. Okay. Let's pause it anyway. Thumper, I'm gonna let Thumper in, and we're gonna have another moment of guilt silence. Guilt silence. Come on, buddy. You just want to stand there? Okay. He is the apple of my Thumper eye. Hi, Thumbs. Let me just move this keyboard, see if he comes make an appearance. Nigel said something in the chat that was spot on. Guilt. Let me get in front of the microphone. All right. Could it be? Oh, he retracted it. Oh, I didn't get to read it in time. He's probably editing it. Listen, Nigel, you're the man. If there was a mistake, it's fine. But anyway, what I was saying is, it's the guilt vacation, right? And it doesn't mean you have to be some kind of asshole. Guilt vacation. Yeah, man, I'm telling you. I don't know if anyone's ever said it before. If you have, thank you. It seeped into my consciousness, and now I'm on board. But again, I'm not going to, guys, I'm not going to take credit. Anyway, I do want to update you on the brand of Bonanza world. We're talking about this guilt vacation. Did a little trimming over here. Looking pretty good. I promised I brushed my hair for you guys. I don't know what happened. I do. There we go. All right. Sometimes I just keep it up during the day. It's easier. But for the show, I got to be inspirational. I got to have the antenna flowing. What you doing, Thumbs? Come here, buddy. You want to make an appearance? You want to talk to everybody about a guilt vacation? Let's get Thumper. Let's get Thumbsy McGumsy on the show to talk about a guilt vacation. Hi, buddy. Hi. Just remember, you don't need any daddy traction. You don't need traction. This is probably a bad idea. Here you go. I don't have a flannel on, but you guys can see. He just wants attention like we all do. He wants the most powerful form of currency in this realm directed at him just for a little bit because he wants to feel special. Doesn't that sound familiar to everybody? Aren't we just all cats outside the door meowing to our owner who's podcasting saying, come on, give me some attention, right? But the thing is, this kitty I adopted from New Haven when he was a kid. New Haven, Connecticut was a rough spot. So he probably seen some trauma. His little tail in the end is like, he's got this little like bend in it or something. What's up, Joe? And so I feel like he's suffered some guilt, some trauma. There he is. Look, come on, buddy. And when I went to a dog pound to rescue him, I saw him online, and there was all these dogs in New Haven. Oh, I'm glad you stopped in to say hello. We're talking about guilt vacations. So there's all these dogs in this area, and then there's a side room where there's cats, and they could kind of hear the dogs. It wasn't attached, but they can hear. So from that anyway. So I'm sure he had trauma. and I could just see it. And so, just like all of us, we've suffered some kind of trauma or another. We've been through something. And again, it doesn't mean we're a victim and all that stuff. It just means that we can have compassion for our current behavior now because there's a reason for it. You know, and then again, don't go down the slippery slope, but justification for your actions. It's just, you're okay with it. There it is. There it is. Guilt is basically anger turned inward. The belief that if I invoke this destructive emotion, it will provide the power to control self. It doesn't give any power. It doesn't give any power. If we can see it doesn't work, yes, we can drop it. There you go. If we don't give it any power, I hear what you're saying. The guilt vacation. So you don't be a jerk, right? So Thumper, he's got some of this trauma and he wants this attention, this most powerful currency in the realm, which is human attention. And now if you learn that, you could give yourself your attention. And now we don't want to give it to ourselves a lot of times because we perceive all these flaws that we have. We're like, well, my eye is like, look, I can only open one eye this much, and then I got it might be higher, and then I got is this even? And my teeth and my forehead's all, and my voice or whatever, right? We could just say, what's up, Ray? We could just say all these things about ourselves. But why? Why do that? No, I say. Nay, I say. I lost my train of thought looking at myself. I'm like, I'm so cool. Yeah, so guilt vacation. We have our own attention. And if we could learn to see ourselves as perfect in a way and just accept ourselves and just have compassion, we don't have to accept it right away. You could say, oh, hail, Ray. You could say, listen, it's okay that I bite my nails. I guess I bite my nails because I get nervous, and then I rub here and it gets all. I used to do that, rub here and get all like these skin tags, and I'd be like, oh yeah, or whatever they call them, little hangers. Now I don't bite my nails at all, and they just grow so fast. Look at my page; they grow so fast. It's fucking crazy. It's like my hair. Anyway, I'm gonna be like, what? I don't want to talk about it. Like, I have years in the future when Brandon Bonanza has done his time in this realm, I'm going to be in a casket somewhere. My nails are going to be so long. My hair is just going to it's going to pop out of the earth. They're going to think that I was reborn, but it's just going to be my hair and nails. Like, we're here. We're hair and nails too. And we're here to say we don't have mouths, so we can't talk. Anyway, what I'm telling you is, you just start to let these behavior go. Sorry if this sounds redundant. It kind of is redundant in a way, but that's the thing. You can learn this stuff. You can know it logically, and you could say, yeah, I got to do these things. And I don't know where Thumper is coming from. He's like crying from up there. It's really funny. I don't know, but anyway, I think it's about that kind of stuff, right? And if you're cool about it and you start to let the guilt go, and I think you guys understand the concept of a guilt vacation. I was like, let me explain really quickly. 20 minutes later, that's why you guys love the show, because that was a quick explanation. I could break it down with charts and diagrams about guilt. Should we read more about Mars? I was reading about Mars. If anyone in the chat, if I had a point I was lost on, you could put it in there and I'll continue. But come here, buddy. I don't even see where you are. He's like yelling at me. It's really funny. He wants my attention. Oh, that's what I was saying. So, thank you. See? In an attempt to get my attention, he put me back on track. If you could take your precious currency, your own attention, and put it on yourself and be okay with yourself and put it there long enough, that's really what else is meditation but that? What else is meditation but taking your own attention and just putting it on what's right in the present moment, which is your own self, especially when you're alone. Hang on, I'm going to pick this guy up. All right. He is a feisty one today. Right? So if you take that, what can happen with it? What can happen with this intense Mars energy? If you take that energy of the anger and you channel it in a way, you channel it into jokes. That's what I do. When people are tailgating me, I'm just like, guys, I used to get so mad and slam on my brakes and all this stuff, allegedly. And now, most of the times, I I just make jokes about it. I'm like, man, this guy really needs to get home and watch his porn. And it's funny the things that happen. Like I was coming up to a stop sign. I was coming to a stop sign, and there was a car there was a main road. They had their own right of way, and I was just at this stop sign that kind of forked. But I had to stop. I had a full stop. They had to go, and they saw me, so they stopped. And I was at the stop sign. I'm like, why are you stopping? You got to just go. And they like insisted I went. So I'm like, okay. So I went, and they proceeded to tailgate me. I was like, is this a really good test or what? I'm like, were you just on your way home bored? And you're like, I see that guy. I want to tailgate him. Of course, that's not what happened. He was probably trying to be a nice guy, and he didn't realize I just wanted to do the speed limit and chill because I was close to home. Whatever. Anyway, so I could make jokes about it now, right? I don't have to like freak out because that sometimes, and I think as somebody's like a thinker in the air and the swords, like I tell people, you guys understand what swords are and what they mean symbolically, what they represent: air, thoughts, communications. This is my thing. Oh, Pantera. Yeah. When I channel my hate to productive, I don't find it hard to impress. Phil Anselmo from Mouth for War. Yeah. I just heard him say that with his own mouth. He had bare feet. It was amazing. Phil Anselmo does not wear shoes like Michael Franti. I met him once after a show. I didn't see the show. I just happened to be at the pizza place next door to Toad's place in New Haven when he came walking in and sat with me and my friend. Maybe because he's a giant and I'm a giant, and we just fucking hung out when he was barefoot walking around. It was pretty cool. Anyway, famous people are just drawn to me. I don't know what it is. Can I get a job out of it though? They're like, I'm gonna chill. Next time I'm gonna be like, listen, Michael Franti, it was good hanging and making you laugh, but my hat is empty and yours is full. No, I'm not a victim, guys. It's just so. What I'm saying is, you take this attention, you focus it, because right now, maybe it's always this way, maybe it's always this powerful, but it seems to me that there's this powerful thing going on. Maybe it was the Lion's Gate, maybe it was the full moon, maybe it's a series of slowly escalating events that's going to happen. Are you ready? Do you have honey and water? Guys, do you have water? Store water. What I'm saying is, it's an intense time. It could be, but use that intensity. There's nothing wrong. Yeah. Oh, if I could interview musicians and like artists, yeah, maybe that's what I should get into. It would be. I'm in talk with my good friend who's a comedian who's achieved some level of a pretty level and good notoriety, and he wants to do it with me again. I don't want to spoil it, but I've had a couple shows in before, and he should be back soon. We just got to line up the schedules. I got to text him again. I got to go for it. I got to use my attention on my own self. That's why I do this, because I'm talking to myself, not you guys. Sorry that you're here. Thank you for being here. You're welcome for being here. Guys, I'm so excited to see you all here on my show. I'm trying to keep it engaging because I know people have really short attention spans. Like if you hang out with me in person, this is just a character who's all over the place. Guys, did I tell you that I used to be in the Marine Corps? Did I ever say? So you take the attention and you put it on yourself. And I know we have short attention spans these days, and we just are all over the place, right? And it's like, guys, if I open TikTok, my head will explode. So I could just imagine, and I know because did I ever tell you guys I'm a DJ? And I could see reactions, and when people are losing their mind. What's up, Spoons? Oh, we got a party going on now. Today was off to a rough start. I couldn't get going. I started on my phone. I didn't realize I was going. I had to delete that one in a panic. I was singing. I hope somebody caught it. I should have kept it up. What am I doing? What am I afraid of? You guys would have loved it. You were like, look at this idiot. I forget. I think I was singing. I don't want to say it, but it's stuck in my head. It was a song in that movie, Grandma's Boy. Anyway, yeah. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think that you take the attention and you use it because right now it's just an intense time. There's nothing wrong with intensity. You don't have to be afraid of it. You could be. It's like the death card. Let's talk about the 369. Guys, I pulled a card in the beginning of the deck, beginning of the show. I pulled a card from the deck. It was the Lovers card from the middle of the deck. And then I looked at the top. I didn't really even talk about the cards. I started to sing Yin Yang Twins and Get Low and how we should have known the whole time. Guys, that song Get Low, you know, from the window to the wall. They're all like 369, damn, you're fine. You know, they're the Yin Yang Twins. Anyway, if you were here at the beginning, I apologize for me repeating that. It's been there all the time. And they use that energy. That's what they did. They use that attention, energy, and those symbols in their songs. Get low. Is it talking about that process of alchemy, that blackening? What's that one called? Somebody put it in. You guys know. I should know. Darkening, blackening, putrefaction. You got to get low metaphorically, and you got to go to a club and get low from the window to the wall until one day you're just like, I'm sick of getting low. I want to find Jesus. Or whatever happens. You have one of those moments. You're like Paul on the road to Damascus, getting low. Saul was like on the road to Damascus. That's what really happened. They keep that out. They don't want to tell you. That song, Get Low, is not new. Let me tell you, it's been around. I found this ancient book, allegedly. It didn't really do it. This is a lie. But when I found it, it said, Get Low. And they've been singing that song in the times of Jesus. That's why they crucified him. It was about windows and walls. Guys, I'm telling you. It's deep. The Yin Yang Twins. Saul was on his way to Damascus, and he was like, from the windows to the wall of Jericho. Yeah, see? You get it. And he was like, I'm sick of getting low. And Jesus was like, I'm here, my son. I'm here. You could get up. You don't have to get low no more because you're on to the next stage. Anyway, that's why it's always been there. And that, so we're talking about it. That's why the rap songs do so well. That's why any art that's channeled like that, or however it comes to be, when those symbols are used, those words, which are an arrangement of symbols, words are an expression of symbols by our ego, right? To try to express what's in our mind. And when people use those words in such a way, in a pattern that lines up with stuff that's in the sky, we, our higher self, something is drawn. So we go to a club and we fucking get low and we grind. And then one day we're like, I can't grind anymore. I'm sick of grinding. I've been out here on the grind. I think I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm grinding in the club. I should be washing in a tub. And that's what we do. And it's fine. We wake up. And then when you do that, could it be, again, not here to make any claims. Could it be that when we do that, we start to use our time and attention and create beautiful things like this podcast? I'm bringing laughs to ones of and sevens of people and tens of people. There's people everywhere. Let me check do I have a creator? What's going on? You know, the good thing about this is I might actually be able to see this better. Oh, yeah. All right. We got 4 people in there and 4 likes. That's what I like to see. Listen, if anybody gets joy out of this and has a fucking better day, I did my job. I did my argent job for the day. And then you guys push it on, move it forward. It comes back to me. And before you know it, I'm the president. And I'm running it. Guys, wouldn't that be great if I was just running this whole shit just like this personality? That's what you see. This is Ronald. People like someone could get mad at people named Ronald Thump, right? If you want to be like a Ronald Thump, you have a way of saying things to get attention, all this stuff, and you realize people have short attention spans. But what happens is they get shorter every day. So all you gotta do is remix it and do it a little better. And of course, truther channels probably talk about this and like, oh, who's next? It's probably gonna be worse, right? But it doesn't have to be. So it's like me could be next. Some silly. No, whatever. I don't want to, guys. I don't want to be. What I'm saying is I'm bringing humor. And because I am, you never know where it's going to end up. You never know what's going to happen because of it. It's so great. Like Saul on the road to Damascus, getting low from the window to the wall, from the windows to the walls of Jericho. We gonna get low from the windows to the walls of Jericho, to the sweat drop down my what rhymes with Jericho? That would symbolize a funny word for balls. To the where's my chat? Somebody's got to know. Come on, Joe, if you're still in there, you write lyrics. What rhymes with Jericho? That's funny, but also means balls. No pressure. From the windows to the walls of Jericho, to the sweat drop down my huevos. Huevos rancheros. Get low until you see Jesus, and then he'll take it. You take Jesus by the hand, and he will lift you up, and he'll say, "My son, you don't need to get low anymore." I hope I'm not blasting. I'm gonna be listening. It's probably blasting out things. All right, I gotta chill with the voice, but that's really what it is. And I feel like if you could see it that way, and just have a little humor in your life, and laugh at yourself when you mess up. Don't be, you could be hard on yourself. Listen, being hard and whipping ourselves is so much fun. Go watch the show Carnival. Just look up a clip from Carnival Priest whipping himself. It was an HBO show, Carnivale. And the guy, I forget his name, but he's in all the show. He's in all the HBO shows, but he plays a preacher in this, and he's the bad guy. He whips himself. Do you want to do that? Is that what you're doing? I just started picturing that every time I started being hard on myself. I'm like, am I like locking my door and pulling out the little case under my bed? The guy's like he's it's set in like the 20s, I think, or 30s, maybe, probably the 30s. Yeah. Dust Bowl stuff, whatever. And there's a traveling carnival, but there's also a traveling evangelist, and he's that guy. And I don't know if you see that. Oh man, Carnival and Deadwood. Yeah, dude, bomb.com. Deadwood, yeah. And so Al. And so he's the bad guy. I won't give so much away, but there's just, I'll give this away. He like locks himself in his room, and he goes under his bed, and he has this like case, like a briefcase. He opens it, and there's like cat of nine tails, and he just like whips himself, and he has all these welts. So I would just picture that every time I was hard on myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to fuck up. What if I'm here to fuck up? Because I fuck up so often. What if it's just a natural function of the realm? And then if I just start being easy on myself, will I fuck up less? Yeah, because think about it. Like, I could be on a way to go do something like playing poker, right? I could be playing poker, and I could kind of fuck up and make a call I shouldn't in a tournament, and then lose a hand, and then be mad and let it affect my play, and start playing irrational and mad and pissed off and chasing, and then losing it knocked out. Or I can make a mistake and say, you know what? I shouldn't have called on that flush draw. I shouldn't have folded. Or I should have called. I knew he was bluffing. But it's okay. I'll get him next time, Tiger. Go get him from the window to the wall, and make a joke about it. I'm just silly. I just like doing it. It's fine. I call too much sometimes. It's because no one ever called me, so I called him too much. Listen, you guys that aren't Gen Xers or above won't understand that reference. I'll just be like, because no one texted me. But it's not called a text if you call someone's bet in poker. So I have to say call. Anyway, I have compassion. And then I go on in the tournament, and what do? I win. Or whatever. I haven't played in a while. I'm just using that metaphor. But use that for your life. What's a way that you could just say, hey, go get him, Tiger? You know? What is it? I said, what is it? I did download some memes that I was going to share with you guys because, you know, I'm probably going to have to. Wow. How long have I been going? I don't even know. What's YouTube say? I can't see it. Does that? I don't know. Well, anyway, let me pull up these memers, and then we'll get out of here with streamers. Oh, wait, I don't need that. Guys, you guys have been amazing. You know, really, like I said, it's just about, I feel like it's about being, this is my message. I'm an evangelist for it. Don't whip yourself if you can help it. And then if you whip yourself, laugh about it. Stop, catch yourself. Don't be like, I'm an idiot because I whip myself, and then you whip yourself harder. It's a vicious cycle, and it's understandable. It's what we're given. It's the tools we're given when we're growing up, when we're raised by these people who have the mental age of children. It's fine though, or whatever, for whatever reason why we do it. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull up some of these memes, guys. These here it is. All right. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. Let's try it this way. Maybe it will work if I do it this way. All right, I'm gonna share it. Guys, I hope you enjoy the meme section. This is a new thing I plan on doing, or who knows, maybe it's just for the show. I don't know, but I want to oh, okay, so it's not gonna. All right, guys, bear with me for uno más. Por favoramente, amo. Gracias. Español. See, I've been using the Duolingo. I've been using it. I know Spanish though. Anyway, enough. I know enough. I could get by on laughs and words. Here it is. Guys, I have a joke about nihilism, but it doesn't matter. Hey, we have some more. Let me do it this way. I have a better idea. I can open these in such a way that we can do it quicker, right? This is another thing I probably would have had ready of Zoom. I was actually trying to figure out the Zoom issue for a little while, even before I was supposed to stream, but it's cool. I don't know if you guys even know. I couldn't get my Zoom app on my computer to work. I'm doing it through the browser. So what are you going to do? Wait a minute. Okay. All right. So we're going to do, all right. I can't work a mouse, guys. My hands is just too big. All right. So you guys are going to understand these memes. I'm sure out there, you're going to love them. It's just art of our alley. All right. And some of you might have, listen, some of you guys might have already seen these memes. It's no secret where I get a lot of my memes from. What account on Instagram? Shout out to You Are Another Me on Instagram. Hilarious. No, me replying back a week after and a half later after later. I'm fine, and you? Okay, you get it. Here's a good one. When someone asks how my spiritual journey is going, I'm the creator and destroyer of everything. Yes. This is the one that I was thinking about before when I was talking. Now, maybe I could just pull these up and talk while I go. I could even do the show that way, more toward the future, to keep people engaged. Just because you understand a spiritual truth intellectually doesn't mean you're actually embodying it, Brandon. There's a comma. You guys don't see it. And then it says Brandon with an exclamation point. There's actually a few exclamation points and some laughy emojis. And it's a little hurtful. I made it. I could see it. Now, and this is what I'm realizing. It's, what is it about other than laughing at yourself when you fall and you trip, especially when you trip yourself up over your own feelings or your own preference. What did you trip on, Brandon? I tripped on this silly preference I was so attached to. What preference is that? I don't even remember. It was so silly. I don't want to say it. I'm not thinking of anything specifically. I just couldn't think of anything to say. See that misdirection? That's what I do. All right, let's do this. Let's bring up some more memes. More memes, everybody. Who doesn't love memes? I mean, I know I love them. All right. Now, saying no to things that make you feel like shit is a heroic act of self-love. Thank you, everybody who said no. Thank you to everybody who started to watch the show today and said no. Thank you. I can't handle this brand of amazingness, Brandon Bonanza. I will turn you off and give you a thumbs down because you make me feel bad. I love it. Thank you. Thank you, person who did that. I'm not trying to be negative. Ray says, making mistakes is winning. Fastest way to learn when you have good self-awareness. Yeah. Hooplehead cocksuckers from Yankton be damned. Yeah. Say it, Al Swearigan. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Al going back to Hooplehead cocksuckers from Yanktown be damned. That's right. That's a shout out. That's a callback to the show Deadwood on HBO, because I was talking about another HBO show. All right, I forgot that point. Did I finish that point? Another good HBO show is 6 Feet Under. Man, I tell you, I watched that for the first time not too long ago, maybe last year or so, because I just never watched it. I don't know if you guys know this. I used to be, how can I say this in a nice way to myself? I used to be a little more opinionated and a little more attached to my preferences, if you know what I mean. And some people might be like, you're kind of like a elitist prick asshole, man. So I'm like, fuck that show. I don't want to watch a show about a funeral home. House, not a graveyard. I don't want to watch a show about a funeral home. Anyway, it's a good show. But this is what happens as we do self work. We wake up to these things, we change, we become the version of ourselves that we always dreamed of being. You know, we are perfect now. We just can't, we feel weird. You know, sometimes we could step into this version of ourselves around people we don't know that well. Sometimes strangers will be out in public, or, you know, we'll have an interaction and we'll just be this best version of ourselves. But then we get back around our family and we get back into, or we get back around other people and we start talking shit about other people too. And we start to gossip and we get into these old patterns. And I'm here to tell you, fuck you, you're an asshole, don't do it. Just kidding. It's okay. Because if you're hearing this message, that means you're not really in denial. You're starting to see it. You're laughing. You're like, you know, Brandon, you're silly. You're kind of making some sense. I'm going to listen, maybe. Right? So you just, you realize these things. You're not in denial. You're like, oh shit, that is what I do. Okay, I am the cause of my problems. But it's fine. You have that spiritual ego that you have to overcome and stuff. You don't have to do nothing. Listen, if you die today, I think the most important thing I can tell you is to not have guilt and don't feel bad about everything. And you know, there's another step. So the guilt vacation is the first step of this great pyramid scheme. Your Tavak doesn't want to light. It helps me to do this. All right. Clouds of sacred tobacco smoke, guys. It's organic Virginian flute, Canadian style grown or whatever. It's the type I prefer from leafonly.com. You get the clouds going, the puffs. I don't always inhale. You don't even have to. You inhale a little. Whatever you want to do. You listen, Joe from Joker's Redemption will tell you. I'm a giant. This is expert level stuff. But you do. I've seen some people, you know, it's better than smoking a Marlboro. Anyway, they're patterns and cycles you get stuck in, right? And there's this version of yourself who you want to be, and you see, and sometimes you are him. Hello, my honey. Hello, my darling. I got this like hair halo going on. It's really cool. I promise I brush my hair, everybody. I wanted to look my best. So there's this version you start to become. And I think the more you become that person, and then you start to let go of things and guilt and all that stuff, there's another step up. I don't know if you're ready for the next step. Maybe I'll tease it a little bit. There's another vacation you could go on, but I don't even know if I'm ready for it. I practice it a lot, but it's intense, right? It's like, we're going to go skiing, but then it's like, are you going to ski the K10 or whatever, the K2? We were watching Better Off Dead. Are you going to ski I want my $2, right? That's the next level. But it's a good one, because once you come down that slope, you know, there's cheering and everyone's going, man, you get the girl and all that stuff. Metaphorically, guys. Really, the secret is, though, if you could be okay with yourself and start to accept yourself, you can use your own attention. You could be your own best friend. Michelle, shout out to Michelle Albers from JD. Amazing. My appearance on there, she was amazing. I'm amazing too. I mean, it was an amazing time for me is what I meant. And go check it out. There's a lot of love and joy on there. I have the link in the last episode too. Check out her channel, intentionally HI high, hypothetically intentional. Check it out on YouTube. Yeah, so persona appears to be lacking exogenous cannabinoids. LOL. Oh, appears looks can be deceiving. Guys, I love you all. You're so great. But to get back to what I was saying, and I promise I've been keeping this point throughout the whole, I think, and I've been trying to tie up most of these loose ends. So, you know what? Let's give me some clapping. I've been doing a pretty good job. Yeah, even Thumper gave me some praise. I was going to do a shorter one today, but I think I've been going at least an hour. I can't check. It doesn't make sense. Oh, no, actually, it should say on my Zoom meeting since this is kind of new. No, why would it? There's that no counter. Zoom, you fail. That's funny. It does do it on the app one. Anyway, so my whole thread with this is you start to let go and accept yourself, and you start to focus your attention on yourself. You become your best friend, and then you can let go of these preferences that you have. You don't have to worry about this control so much, because I feel like we have this, does this sound familiar? Like I have to control exactly how everything goes today, because if I don't, then it's going to suck, right? I got to make sure this happens, and I get my this and then that, and then I can puff my tabak. Is this the old one? What am I doing? I can't keep track of what's going on. I thought I rolled a new one. Yeah, I did. I'm so silly, so. But then as you take your attention and you start to, like I said earlier, you make things like the show, you make things like art, you make things like a living in the world, you make things like a better day for yourself. You create just a better experience. And really all it is because you change the way you saw things. That's, I think, like the true alchemy. Does that make sense? Did I connect that enough? Try to connect enough threads. Let's go back to the memes and see. I think the memes, just the way it works, this universe, I was screenshotting these memes last night while I was thinking about the show and what I was going to do. All right. Saying no. Remember, everybody, that's what I said. People said no to my show. Boom. Trade offer. Here we go. What do you guys think? Will you take the spider up on it? I receive a corner in your room. You receive less bugs in your room. I think it's fair. Here's one because I talked about Chat GPT. Shout out to all my Gen Xers out there. Maybe the boomers this might even apply to. I don't know. Someone told me to Chat GPT it instead of saying Google it. And the guy looks all sad in front of a cake. Now, guy, I want to show you this. This is a screenshot from my, oh, shoot. This is a screenshot from my own Instagram. I could get verified for just $1. Guys, what? Does that even, I don't want it. I wouldn't do it for free. I wouldn't do it if you paid me. All right. And not because, again, it's because I'm just a weirdo and I just don't, it's like, uh-oh. Did I bring us back? I did. It's just because I'm a weirdo, guys. It's no other reason than that. It has nothing to do with like I'm a elitist or whatever, or I think I'm better than people. I'm stuck in my ways. I'm a curmudgeon. Could it be? All right, where were we? Let's get back to the memes, shall we? All right. I mean, I used to think being verified would be cool, but like if anyone could do it for $1, what does that even mean? What it means, anyone that has $1 can do it. And then it also goes to show, I don't know. Listen, you guys, I think, can infer your own psychology from what it means. If you could see that it just costs $1, yet still want to have it because you think you can maybe get some validation out of it, it's fine. I'm not judging anybody. It's just a little creepy. Or no, not even. It's just kind of strange. I get it, though. If you're going to get eyes on you, if you're doing it for promotional, I get it. Don't blame a clown for acting like a clown. Blame yourself for going to the circus. Thank you, everybody. I'm done. Oops. Sorry. Here we go. They make this too easy. Okay. Whatever triggers you is trying to set you free. Could it be? I don't know. Don't ask me. Here's a good one about beans. I told you. You never know what you're going to talk about. The brand Bonanza. It's a Brandon Bonanza bean episode. Bean and Mars. If you have the Mars beans, the Mar beans, the beans Mar. Cats, coffee, and farts all have beans. Cats and coffee wake you up. Farts and cats are unpredictable. Coffee and farts are fragrant. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? Seems like a pretty seems like a pretty solid concentric circle to me. Don't give up on something you think about every day. I mean, of course, you know, yeah, do it till you're done, right? If it's an addiction, that's what I was gonna say. But who am I here to tell anybody anything, right, Ray? Ray's laughing, Nigel's laughing, you guys laughing, you feeling better? It's a Tuesday, it's Mars Day, it's the is it the middle of the week? Is it the beginning of the week? What the hell is a Tuesday? Can somebody explain why every day isn't Wednesday? Oops, hang on. Now you could see me. Hang on, guys. All right. Can somebody explain to me why every day isn't? Look at so that's the new light I've had on. What do you guys think? It's just a book light. I think I have a ring light somewhere. I don't want to be too pretentious. Is that, it's a little, it's kind of mystical. It's a warm light. It's like we're near a fire. We have a warm light going on. I don't remember what I was ranting about. Guys, people, spirits, everybody who can hear the magnificent sound of my voice, just remember, don't give up on something that you think about every day. You know? Be new in every way. What can we say about Mars? That's what I was saying. What the hell is a Tuesday? What does that even mean? Tuesday? And now I got all these worries because tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, and after that's Thursday, and then Friday. Actually, this Friday's going to be great. But you know what I'm saying for me? I'm just saying this is the thought patterns we get caught into subconsciously. We don't even realize we're doing it. We're just in that. Don't you think if you were going to... Hey, listen, I don't want to be some kind of friggin' a-hole over here, but you think if you were going to design a calendar, would you want one that was just repetitious over and over? And yeah, it makes it easier to plan things and stuff. Yeah. But anybody, right? There's no creativity inspired by it. It's just every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And what's tomorrow again? Is it Tuesday again? Is it, and then Wednesday again, and then Thursday, and then Friday again, and Saturday, and every day is it? I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. It's cool. This is hyperbole, everybody. You know, I can keep it together to drive a vehicle. You know, if you met me in person, I'm fine. I'm just saying, I get to rant. I'm a comedian. This is labeled comedy. What the fuck is a Tuesday? And why does it have to reoccur every 7 days? Why? Wouldn't it? I don't know. What about this? What about this idea? Why don't we have a calendar that's like a spiral and it takes us on a magical effing journey, right? To a cool place, but also reminds us we're in the present moment somehow and doesn't make us worry about that other day that's going to come. Wait, in 2 weeks, it's Tuesday now, but in 2 other Tuesdays, there's that thing that's going to happen. And oh no, what do I got to do? I don't have any. I'm just saying these are the thoughts we have. And now we come to what really inspired the show with the Martian energy. And that's why I picked Tuesday to talk about it. You know what? I picked Tuesday because a wizard never knows when he's ready to talk. And he was ready to talk today, and I felt it. And that's why I'm talking. And it makes so much sense to me. And this is where I'll unveil it, because I think I explained it enough. But the next level up, the Great Pyramid Scheme, is the... You guys ready? Hang on. Da, 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 da. The Worry Vacation. The WV. Not the VW. You invert it, and you got a WV. What's a WV? A Worry Vacation. It's literally a W and then a V. It's like, yeah, man, we're not worrying about the ups and downs of life. We know that life goes up and down. So why every time does it go down? Do we get mad about it? It doesn't make sense. It's like we're banging it's like we're banging our head against the wall, expecting it to not hurt and expecting there to be something magical behind that wall. Isn't that right, Thumper? Thumper's here to tell you. I got to get him mic'd up. I'll just clip a mic to him. He won't mind, guys. Listen. For attention, he does. He'll just be like, whatever, this is great. I don't care. Yes, a wizard does arrive. It's precisely what it means. But the worry vacation, this is what I was building up to without even realizing, because I didn't even know I was going to talk about this today. But Mars Tuesday is a good day to talk about it, because what the fuck's a Tuesday anyway? I don't know. And it's better to admit that you just don't know it. Remember the quotes from last show, guys, about Socrates, and saying how I found so many quotes from Socrates just said in different ways, where he's like, I know that I don't know. The best thing of wisdom is just knowing you don't know. And you just keep it. It's really a mind of neutral, open awareness where you just kind of take things. It doesn't mean you don't know anything. It just means that you're not sure. Yeah, hot water might hurt you and you might not like chocolate, but tomorrow's a different day. And what if the hot water doesn't hurt as much and chocolate tomorrow tastes freaking delicious? What are you going to do if you just keep avoiding it? You're going to suffer. COVID cost me everything I built, but that's initiation for you with a capital I. Nigel's like me. You just can't bring him down. He's like the suicidal tendency song. You can't bring me down. He's like me. He has that running in the back of his mind no matter what happens. And that dude is just destined for fucking great things. He's already doing great things, I'm saying, but destined for more. Every time I talk to him, I just feel this sense of like, and I love when he's in my chat because it's infectious and contagious. And this is what I'm talking about. You just vibrate on this level. Fucking Nigel gets it. Listen, the things that Nigel knows, they would stop if you had the force, like I was saying earlier, hair and nails, the way it grows, they would stop it from growing if you knew the things that Nigel knew about this world and some of the hidden things. But does he let that keep him down and be a victim? Fuck no. He's killing it. He's a wrench, by the way. Amongst other things that he's great for, he's a wrench on my show. What's that tell you? Anyway, Nigel, I love you. You're great, dude. You have that sense of you can't bring me down from suicidal tendencies. And I think you'll understand this concept then of a worry vacation, because we can all understand the guilt vacation, but the worry one, that's the one like, I don't know if I'm ready. There's a lot of comfort in worry, Brandon. I was raised worrying. If I don't have this thing to worry about and rock back and forth and rub against, and Ray says, I hear you, Nigel. Been through a few of those complete life upheavals. If we don't move, life moves us. I might have read that, but I didn't remember if I read the whole thing, and now it makes more sense anyway. Thank you, Brandon. You're welcome, Nigel. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere. You choose to be here. And that's what I'm saying. People that are here, I know that they know there's other shit that they could be watching. That's amazing. They got the line on all the good shit, but they're fucking here for the late 80s, early 90s Nirvana that I am. And all I'm saying is I'm not making music in that way, but I'm just making you feel good in that way. It's just like this goodness you feel when you watch, and people like Nigel and Ray are in the chat killing it with me, resonating on that level. They're going to have a better day now. And so am I because of it. So it's not even like an ego thing, right? I could be like, oh, this is all me. I'm so beautiful. And my voice is so man. Let's have some more of that coffee. I got it out. I got 3 meetings later. I shouldn't be talking so much. That's the worry vacation, guys. I'm just going to kind of tease it. I think you can put it together. If you're smart enough, you will. Have we worried about things? Let me turn the lights off. We're getting toward the end of the show. Let's go dark, shall we? Shall we go dark Bonanza? Oh, we'll go dark Bonanza. Guys, morelaws, is the website. It's so easy. The link's below. Just go there. Check it out. Comment. Read my stuff. Just send me money if you want. I don't care. You can do whatever you want. Just send me some of your beautiful attention through that portal. You can check out my Instagram if you want, Brandon Bonanza. Watch the shows, comment. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments what you want to hear. And trying to decide what is right is worry. Worry is saying to God, could it be? That's why I'm in dark mode. I don't want people putting these words to my mouth, because then they'll be like, we got to crucify him again. I'm like, guys, didn't you learn your lesson the first time? I mean, if that's my fate, so be it. But come on, man, really, we got to go through this whole thing again. It's just I'm just gonna laugh. If they crucified me, I would literally laugh as they drove the stakes, and I'm like, guys, you don't understand how hilarious this is. It's funnier than the pain. Anyway, so I'm gonna keep. I don't want the realm might break, guys. You don't even know. So, what I'll say is worry, like our great friend Nigel saying, trying to decide what is right. In the Bhagavad Gita, which I talked about at the beginning of this show, Krishna says to love me, keep your focus on me, Arjuna. Keep your, and I always would wrestle with that. Like, what does it mean exactly? What does he mean? You know, you could say, oh, your higher self. You know, Krishna is really Arjuna, or Arjuna is this warrior in doubt, you know, in despair is really Krishna, and he just doesn't get it. You could go that route. You could say it's his higher self, but you could simply also say another realization I had about keeping your mind on God and loving God is that loving God really means that you're just trusting in him in every moment and knowing that everything that's happening is what needs to happen to you, and you just don't realize it because God is like this drill instructor. And what you guys don't realize about drill instructors in the United States Marine Corps, because if you don't know, I was in the Marine Corps, guys. Thank me for my service. The Marine Corps drill instructors are, yeah, they're hard asses, and they have these loud voices, and they're piercing, and they'll scream at you and all this stuff, but they're also hilarious. They're so funny, but you can't laugh. It's another way for them to try to make you break your composure, but they say the funniest things. And I think God's kind of like that. Drill instructor is kind of like a mini, you know, as above, so below, microcosm to like what God might be doing. He's trying to bust your balls and mess with you and give you what he knows you can handle. You're just being a baby about it. Could it be? I don't know. But if that's the case, then we don't have to worry, and we can go on this worry vacation. And all you got to do is put in this, guys, put in your promo code Brandon Bonanza at the Worry Vacation Resort in your mind, and everything will be unlocked. All right, guys, I'll bring the light back on. That's the Worry Vacation. I'm gonna get out of here because in an hour and 45 minutes, I'm gonna have 3 meetings. No, I'll have they consecutively start. Anyway, I have 3 tonight. It'll be good. I don't have to. I don't have to be so much of a character. I could just be chill. Wow, it looks like I was running. All right, guys, I'm going to end the show. Hope you guys had fun. That definitely wasn't crack I was smoking. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around. I had a great time. I hope you guys see what I'm going for and got something out of this. And I think I know you did. You know, I'm just like to hear my own voice. Morelawsmoreproblems.com is the website. Go there. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Joe, Nigel, Ray, the other Joe Giuseppe, everybody who partook. Spoons. Where would I be if I forgot Spoons? Let's talk soon, Spoons. We'll totally hook that up. We'll just set a Zoom. Yeah, guys, have a great rest of your week, and maybe I'll go live again. I got some other stuff planned, but maybe Thursday, who knows, you know? We'll see what happens and how the voice is going. I don't have any gigs this weekend, but, you know, there's a birthday coming up that's very important to me. Not mine, but it's another one, so we'll see what happens. But I'm so glad I got to talk to you guys today, and we all got to laugh and lift our spirits up a little bit, and that's what it's all about, man. Just laugh at yourself. You know, we're all going to laugh. And then we're going to hear this amazing song. I'm predicting the future right now, just so you guys, I can predict the future. The future is now. I hope you guys can hear this. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it says there's no tab. You guys can tell me in the chat if it's playing. If it's not playing, after I say it's going to play. If it's not, just let me know, and then I'll sing it myself. All right. All right, Thumper. Here we go. It's playing. Oh, wait. No. It's not. Now it's playing. Dun, dun. I'll sing along a little bit, so in case it's not playing around. Dun, dun, Bonanza, Bonanza. We're hanging out. It's the Brandon Bonanza show. Bonanza, Bonanza. We're hanging out on the Brandon Bonanza show. Down, down, pow, pow. We're hanging out on the Brandon Bonanza show. Now. Yeah. I kind of hope it didn't play now. Let's see in the chats. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. Cheers. Cheers. Later. Peace out, Cub Scouts. We'll see you later. And have a great night. Take care. Good night. Ciao. Arrivederci. All right.